Welcome to helpyourmath.com. In this video, we're going to look at examples of finding complementary and supplementary angles. Of course, what would be super helpful is if we knew what those were. Two angles are complementary if the sum of their angle measures is 90 degrees or pi over 2 radians. And the very handy way that I remember complementary is 90 degrees is because if you complement somebody, you are always right. And right angle is 90 degrees. Get it? Get it? See where I went with that? So complementary, 90 degrees. If two angles are supplementary, that means that their angle measures sum to 180 degrees or pi radians. And of course you can remember that because 180 degrees is a straight line, just like a supplement. Okay, that one didn't work, but complementary and 90 does work. Supplementary angles are 180. And there's all different versions of ways that we can express this. So we could say, find the complement of the angle, blah, 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 or find the supplement. So just keep in mind that the root piece here is complement or supplement. And that's exactly what we want to do here. We want to find the complement and supplement of each angle. Generally speaking, if we're given a measure in radians, we want to keep it in radians. And if we're given a measure in degrees, we want to keep that measure in degrees. So when we're finding the complement, remember what this means, that pi over 3 and this angle need to add up to pi over 2. So we can say, well, we can figure that out. If they need to add up to that, that means that the complement is going to be pi over 2, the total, minus the piece we already have. If we're going to subtract two fractions, we need a common denominator. 2 and 3 both go into 6. So I'm going to multiply this fraction by 3 over 3 and this fraction by 2 over 2, giving me 3 pi minus 2 pi over 6. And that would be pi over 6. So the complement, where are we, is pi over 6. The supplement, so that means that they add up to pi, or we need pi and we already have pi over 3. So what's the rest of it? Well, pi is pi over 1. Common denominator here would be 3. We're going to multiply pi over 1 by 3 over 3, giving us 3 pi minus pi over 3. 3 pi minus 1 pi is 2 pi over 3. So we can say the complement is pi over 6 and the supplement is 2 pi over 3. In our next example, we have pi over 12. So we're going to do the same thing. To find the complement, we're going to take the total, pi over 2, and we're going to subtract it by the piece that we have, pi over 12. Common denominator between 2 and 12 is 12, so I can multiply this one by 6 over 6. That gives me 6 pi over 12, minus pi. So 6 pi minus pi over 12, since they now have that same denominator, 6 pi minus pi. And that would be 5 pi over 12. So the complement is 5 pi over 12. The supplement, well, that would be pi, or pi over 1 minus what we have, pi over 12. Common denominator here is 12, but here I need a factor of 12 in my denominator. So this gives me 12 pi minus 1 pi all over 12. 12 pi minus pi is 11 pi over 12. So here the supplement is 11 pi over 12. Last but not least, 98 degrees. The complement, so remember these two things need to add up to 90 degrees. So 90 is the total minus the piece we have. Looks like we're going into the negatives. The complement will be negative 8 degrees. To find the supplement, we're going to subtract 180 by what we already have, which is 98 degrees. 180 degrees minus 98 degrees would be 82 degrees. So we have our complement is negative 8 degrees and our supplement of 98 degrees is 82 degrees. And this has been a look at complementary and supplementary angles.